All right, so today's video, we have a Gold 3 support on PC, playing BAP. And they say, hi, I usually play tank in 6v6 open queue, but I dabble in support role queue from time to time. I was playing BAP in this game and my tank and soldier weren't happy with me even though I thought I was doing all right. My aim and positioning definitely need work, and I'm not under any delusion that I'm some god tier player, but overall I don't think I was mid as heck or useless like they claimed. I would love to hear your thoughts and feedback on how I play and how I can improve. I watch your VOD reviews all the time and they help me climb to plat in 6v6 open queue, and I hope I can improve in role queue with your help. Thank you in advance. Much love. P.S. No, I don't want to talk about my aim at 12:16. Well, I have a feeling we're going to talk about your aim at 12:16. Let's watch. Here we go. Let's do this. All right. Playing pretty close up already. Okay, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to give it time here in a second. Okay, I'm just going to start right away. You don't want to be here as BAP to start the game. Like, straight up, you don't want to be right here. As BAP, let's give you some spots here. This angle could be fine. If you want to be a little bit aggressive, you could go here. Not recommended with BAP, just because long-range heroes like Hanzo will get good value. It's a little bit different if you have a hero like Ana or something, because you can kind of like get more damage out, but there's fall-off damage on BAP. But you don't want to be here. Look at the rotation you have to do. You either have to, technically, if you want to play, if you were here, say you were just like, you had to go AFK for a second and you were stuck here, go up this way to rotate around and then play an angle here. But then again, you're going to run into the same issue. Point being, don't stand on this side. No one's there to help you and your rotation's rough. You're fine, you get out, but like, you don't want to have to rotate like that. Okay? Here you go. Now you're at the spot you much preferred or should start at in comparison. Now the Hanzo, I want you to be wary of that. Going for a little bit of poke damage. I'll give this to you for now, but keep in mind there is a Hanzo, so you do open up to falling over. Good balance of damage. Adjusting up a little bit now. Now you can adjust with your team, so this is fine. This means as your team gets aggressive, you go with that same pace, right? Something that we've talked about is like, your teammates sometimes are going to push up and be aggressive. It's not going to seem like the correct play, but sometimes you just got to go with what your teammates are doing, because otherwise, if you're not all doing it together, you just fall over. So if your teammate's playing there, that's fine. Just make sure you have a cover spot as your backup, what you do currently. This is gold. Yep. That's kind of on your Hanzo for being in their spawn, so don't worry about that. I don't mind this rotation up to here for now, because you're taking an angle. This is actually good. Good job. Nice. Play. So far, outside of your starting position, you've kind of gone to some good rotational spots. The only concern I have for you is that you're definitely given opportunity for... Okay, they don't have a Hanzo anymore. You're good. Never mind. I was going to say the Hanzo could definitely one-shot you at a certain point, but the Hanzo already swapped to Freya because I wasn't paying attention to that, so you're good. Now your position is looking rough, ain't it? Yep. Good job going up on high, using your mobility. This is the best you could do based off of the situation there. Although better positioning from the get-go would have put you in a better spot. That Bastion kill, honestly, this is a weird one because, like, you got out and survived, but I think if you kill the Bastion, that might be just as impactful, and you could probably stay alive there. Because, like, just to give people an idea, you're going to hear it a lot, and you're going to see it a lot when you watch pro play. Which, again, this is ranked. I understand that, right? But this can apply even in any rank. If you lose people on your team, if you have the capability of trading, it is very important for retakes. Does that make sense? One of the ways that you can retake is by creating those trades. So if you're in a spot where they can't kill you there and you have a Bastion at 1 HP, don't be afraid to kill that Bastion. And then hide on the statue, survive, and then go and make whatever rotation you need to. Again, the rotation was fine. I just want to show you some windows of opportunity to really give more of a chance for your team, especially when you kill the Bastion, right? The Bastion's a lot of damage there, and it's in gold, so like Bastion can get a lot of value just by swinging the corner and doing a bunch of damage. So point being, just be wary of that when and this goes for just about any role in general. If you can get a trade when you're down in numbers, it's really important for winning team fights. Again, you don't go out and don't like run at them in a straight line to force the trade, right? But anyway, all worked out. Good rotation, good aggressive window here. So regardless, good play. Still happy with how that whole team fight went, but I just wanted to show you some other options. You don't have anything here. Be careful. So far, so good though. I don't know what your teammates are saying that was bad about your gameplay thus far. I think you've been pretty solid in my opinion. Oh, also, before chat asks, you're gonna see some of the names like that just because somebody has a dumb name, so we had to. Chat pointed it out, so we put this on just to All right. That was just your team being aggressive. Again, I want you to think about something. Prioritize going to good spots, like in the middle, like no matter what. Because I think you have the idea. One of the things I do, and this is something I've talked about before, I have a tendency to, as a team fight gets better, my positioning gets worse. And sometimes I just need to sit back and remind myself, like, put yourself in a good spot, better positioning. And the reason why I have to do that is because I will start to stray away from how we got to the point of being in like a bunch of team fight wins. So what would be me playing a wall now becomes me playing closer to the wall, or sorry, close to the wall. Then I'm a little bit further away from that wall, and then we win again, and then I'm not even near the wall. And then when I need to actually rotate to that wall that I started at that was winning this team fights, I've now lost my position, and then we just lose the round or we lose the team fight. So just always think about that, and that goes for any ring. Setting yourself up in good spots. Now keep in mind, if your teammates are playing super aggro, that your position is going to be worse because you have to go and like compensate and help with that, right? Like that's how it has to go. So sometimes you're going to have to find some good positioning through bad positioning by just having to basically push up and find ways to make it work. So keep that in mind too. Hope that what I said there is making sense of like if your teammates end up being all in bad spots, you're going to eventually have to push up the health. And like you'll have to find ways to make do of the positioning that you have based off of where they're playing. So far, this is fine. Again, I think your healing's been good, your damage has been good. Your rotations have been your rotations and where you end up in the middle of team fights has been okay. So things you can work on there. You can window this. Yep, that's fine. Because at this point, you want to hold the corner. The next window spot wouldn't be as good. So you just window here, give your teammates an opportunity. Excellent window. One thing I want to say, if you're playing BAP, by the way, this is something that I see happen a lot in my games. And again, every rank will play different. Don't be afraid to window for yourself. I'm serious. So a lot of the times, players want to give like window to their teammates. But truthfully, I see BAPs all the time solo window just for themselves. Because if you do it at a good angle, right? Like if you do it at an angle that they can't really, I'm not saying like just do it right here and stand here, right? But like let's say that like you're set up on a different spot from your teammates. Like your teammates are all here and you're here. Don't feel like you have to run up to your teammates or just like throw a window across the map to here. You could just be like right here and take an angle, right? Like an off angle with a window. You can get 2-3 limbs and the team fight's already over. Like you already win. So again, I'm not saying your windows are bad. I'm just showing you other options that you can do to get that value. Reset your position helps so much. Oh, it could be super helpful. I still to this day have to do that with positioning. Because like sometimes you just, you start to just stray away from how you got to that point with the positioning. Okay, here we go. Can't do anything about that. Your teammate got pinned, so yeah, rotate up. Don't jump in front of the Rhine, but not much you can do here. So this goes to that you either disengage back or you trade as a team. There's two options here. Yeah. So this is that situation. And this is going to be, you can obviously, it's up for discussion here, but like your team's not going to disengage out at this point. I'm serious. Get a trade at that point. Stay up here and try to see if you can get somebody to make a dumb play. Maybe the Freya tries to isolate you in a 1v1. Maybe the Bastion is susceptible to some damage. Go for the trade there, and then if it just seems like you're not going to get a trade, then you can just die in cart, right? I know a lot of people know this, but I still get asked it sometimes. Why do you die in the cart? To stop the cart from moving, and that gives time for your teammates to spawn up. So that extra 3 to 4 seconds can be the difference between your teammates being here, ready to go, and your teammates being here, questioning, going, hey, do we retake this or not? Just remember that, all right? So those are a couple things there that your team could have done a little bit better there because it looked like you weren't going to rotate out properly anyway once you were that far up. So go for the trade and then just try to reset on the card if you can. And if you get a trade, play to survive at that point because then you have a 4v4. See what I'm saying? And even if you get one, now when you retake, it will be a 5v4 for your team. It all adds up over time. Good ult there by your Sigma. I understand the concept of your lamp, so I'm not upset about that one. That lamp, you were just trying to save your Sigma. They just stayed on the high ground. Yep, I was going to say, track ultimates at that point. You know they're going to have a shatter. And this goes to track and ultimates. That's a whole different... Track and ultimates is a whole different beast sometimes because like you have to like pay attention to everything. And sometimes the hardest part about track and ultimates is that your teammates won't feed you the information that you need to know. That they like, for example, you'll have a Roadhog on your team. They'll take 8 billion damage from a Soldier 76 and won't tell you. And then you're not tracking an ultimate because that's happened, right? Third corner can be very yes. The third point, King's Row in general has this capability. The drivability here, didn't use your lamp. I want you to prioritize being in a good spot here. You don't need to jump around into the open there. Just put yourself on an angle to help your teammates. I don't know if you're typing there or going randomly AFK, but that would have been checked off the bingo card. Looking for some damage. Yep. Nice job. Don't be afraid to play an angle here with your soldier if you want to. Yep, this is good. I like this. Yep, keep breaking shields. You have a lamp if you need it, but keep in mind, they can destroy your lamp on the first one, so just be careful with that. Lamp missed. Second time your lamp is missed like that, so I would definitely try to look into better lamps. Again, comes the time. Here goes those kills that your teammates can get. Nice trades by your teammates. Good balance between heals. I'll be honest with you, you probably didn't need the window, and it wasn't looking like you needed the window, but I'll give you benefit of the doubt that you weren't paying attention to the kill feed, because it looked like there could have been maybe an opportunity. Now, is this like, are your teammates getting mad at everybody now? Like, why? Are you typing? Are you hiding? Like, what is going on here? Because this is, you're missing out on some opportunity there. So, you know, just stay in the game. Stay in the game. Keep at it. Okay. Honestly, a good play by their Freya. I don't even mind where you're at that point, so that's okay. All right. Oh, missed the jump. Saw that happening. But you're going to spots that are good, so that's the good news for you. Still doing the right play here. You don't want to go down there and shoot at the Bastion. Yep, good job. Play to live, play to live, play to live. Don't even have to worry about going to the card if you don't want to. Okay. Going to the card here ends up being fine, but I want you to... Something I want you to remember there is that once you get the kills and you have a numbers advantage, the worst thing you can do is kind of give the numbers advantage back. So, again, it's okay to wait for your teammate to come back there to tap the card, right? Anyway, good defense, though. I didn't think you played bad. Like I didn't, like, see anything, like, rough out of you there. I felt like you understood where to rotate to, how to, like, get in good spots. So there's a lot of good we saw out of that play, just to make that clear. But obviously, I'm trying to give you, like, advice, too. So. All right, that's just a good May wall and a surprise limb. Can't do much about that one. That was just one of those works right at the beginning of the round once, and that's it. So you're good. Oh, your Wrecking Ball is definitely going in there. That's certainly some gameplay right there. That's me on Wrecking Ball, except I wouldn't have gone back to the team. Bam Bam, thanks for the 7 months with the Prime sub. Thank you for sharing. Thanks for 7 months. All right. Good pick. Okay. Need your team to get across now. There you go. Slowly take this. Now, a little bit of an approach here you can do. I'll pause in case you go here. Going up here, chat, is where you'd want to go as BAP, whether it's here or here. Reason being, it's just such a solid spot. They have to look at you. Because what's going to happen is if you all go to the same spot, they all can look right here at this general area, right? They're all here. But if you go up here, now they have to worry about another angle. If you go here, same concept. And if they don't look at you, you get 3 limbs. If they do look at you, your teammates now benefit. So we'll see where you end up going, but just wanted to show that rotation. That would be really good here. Okay. Stay main. Works, it works, but I just want you to think about those angles. They can be really helpful. Those can be really helpful right there. Rank is this goal. Down. Still win the team fight. How's it going? Good. How about you? Doing some spectatings. Yeah, that's just what you gotta. Again, you're winning the team fights, and people are gonna be like, yeah, but like if they're winning the team fights, like why show these like options? Because like I still think it's good to know all of these like things that you could do that would be maybe the better play, right? Maybe it's there's 3 options, you went with option 2, which is still good, but option 1 could be a little bit better there. So I'm just trying to showing you some things you can do. Was that the A moment? Sure was. I just looked at the time. That was a good mail. Well, yeah, see, the jumping up his Bap-a-lot thing, I generally look at the heroes they're running too, and like, they're running the Mei. Remember how earlier I was more adamant about like not going to some of those spots because they had a Hanzo? The reason why I'm not being like, oh, don't do this all the time is like, I'm looking at their heroes. Like, that's going to be like kind of like a case-by-case situation where if you're going up against a Hanzo that can hit one-shot you or like a Widow, then like it's not going to be ideal. But if you're going up against, you know, a Cassidy who hasn't quite hit the double tap on you yet, or a Mei, you're probably going to be able to get away with it a little bit more, so you can do more of that damage output. So I try to find that balance, right? So that's why before I was saying like don't do it there, but now it's like, yeah, they're not gonna. More than likely, you're gonna be fine. And if they hit the 2-shot on you on cast, then you just stop doing that, right? But so far they haven't done that yet. Good heals. Job. Ideally, again, just to show people some spots you can go to right here. If they back up, you can eventually go up here. But if you want to go the safest and easiest spot, right here. Because, look, if you're up here, only these players here can see you. If they're here, which a lot of players are going to end up at because your team's map control, they can't see you. And you go, well, why is this good? Well, if you're up here, right, you can see your teammates and heal them for basically free. No one will shoot at you, which is a plus. 2, if they push to this spot, which they will have to if they want to try to contest it, you now have an angle where they have to either A, shoot at your teammates, or B, look at you. But if they look up at you up here, you just back off. Just like that. You see that? Just like that. And this goes back to, even if it's in gold here, where, you know, your teammate's positioning might be a little bit worse, it's really hard for them to get worse positioning from here unless they push past that. But then if they push past that, you just go over here and rotate that way. See? So just showing you some rotations that can be helpful. And spots to go to rather than just like sitting on the card. Okay? You end up on this spot anyway, so it's fine. But this is a little bit easier to get a kill on you because they can see you. See how you're taking a little bit of damage there? So one way to think about that when you're up here. Don't be afraid to lamp that. Good lamp. And that should be a team fight win. So good job. Yeah, that's just a good Ramatra ultimate for your team. You're good. Nice job. Yep, good job. There you go, getting some kills. Nice play. Good pick on Cass. Window this. Yep. Chad, the reason why I like this window, I just think at this point, you have such a numbers advantage that rather than sit here and give them opportunity to retake, you just keep this momentum going. So I'm okay with this. And like, we know the Ramatra doesn't have ultimate, right? So, good job. Very good job here. This is just snowballing them, chat. Not giving them any opportunity to set up and using your ultimates aggressively. That was all good. That was all good. I don't know why. Okay, listen. I don't know the comms in this one, but like, you said your teammates were calling you mid and all that. I have no clue on that one. You played just fine. I mean, honestly, like, I think you're going to climb. I don't think you're going to be like stuck in gold for too long. And you said you have a bit more experience playing in open queue. You know, try to like apply some of those rotations I talked about, right? Like try to talk about like some of those rotations I talked about can be really key because those are going to matter as you climb more. And they can also be fine in any rank. So yeah, but outside of that, I think you played fine. Obviously there's some things you can improve on, which we talked about. So take those account, but yeah, hope you enjoyed this one. If you like the video, like the video, sub to the YouTube. If you want to submit one, my Discord, that's where you can submit pretty much anything we have video-wise, and watch the videos. They're good. You'll see them pop up. With that being said, hope you have an amazing day/night.